What's up, my legends? It's Sion. We are back, and yeah, we're going to talk about the update information from this morning. And you see, we have the update 1.12. This is the same one that iOS got. Now we are going to be getting it later on in the day, but they're just letting us know about it now. So we're going to get a tenfold summon voucher, which I'm going to save. I am not going to use it on this banner because I don't need any of those characters anymore right now. So that tenfold is going to be saved for a new banner, which is coming in 2 days. That's what I suggest all of you do, unless you really want to try to go after that light Yasssssss, which is really hard to get. Like almost everybody I seen on YouTube had to try really hard to get that Yasssssss. So there's a good chance that using your tenfold will not net you that character. Save it for the next banner, which is 2 days. You can wait 2 days. It's fine. So pretty much here we have a few good things. We have one in particular for me I'm really happy for, and I'm going to explain why. All right, so the first thing is the limit to the getter wings, but whatever, will be increased from 6 to 12, with the maximum held being a increase from 50 to 99. Super sexy. That is what we said that we wanted, and they went ahead and did it. So I mean, props. People were saying, hey, they should just increase it to that, and that'll be an easy fix. I said it in the video as well, that then you don't even really have to do any coding. That's just a integer change in the actual base coding, and it works out fine. And they went ahead and did it. So anyway, during raid battles, Adventure AI has been adjusted to be performed more offensively. This is hot. This is not what I'm super happy for, but this is hot. That means that they will now do more rather than waiting for you to engage. That's what they do right now. They have a set AI. The computer, the way it works, unless you're on full auto from the start of the match. When you notice that you're on full auto from the start of the match, the AI is aggressive and will attack everything. If you actually go ahead and like control from the start but mess around with certain things, what ends up happening is the characters they'll wait to engage. They'll wait for the character because you're running around being active, so it's like the computer is in a 1 to 2 second mode of engagement, and that kind of screws it over. And what ends up happening is that they'll wait, and you'll notice that when if you notice the last raid, if you remember, if you look at videos, look at some of my videos when I was actually fighting the raid, what the characters will do is they'll go to initiate something and then they'll stop for 2 seconds. That's why we will all say the characters just stand around. That's what they're standing around for, is the AI has to stop and wait for you to engage something else, and then they will turn around. They won't even dodge, they won't iframe, they won't do anything, just stay there and just straight up die. That was the problem with the AI. So I'm assuming that they got rid of that pause and just allow the characters to freely attack the way they normally do if you auto from the beginning of the game. I used to always wonder, why don't they act the way that they act when you auto from the beginning? Because they don't do that in those missions. And the same way, like with the last Halloween mission, you can straight up auto from the beginning and they would attack. And I used to think, well, there must be something in the AI that doesn't allow them to actually do it. And then we were talking about it a little bit, and we said, you know what, there must be something in the coding that makes them have to pause and initiate and go. And then I went back and looked at my own videos, and that's exactly what's happening. They stop and wait for you to re-engage something or reinitiate something, and then they go and attack. But that's really, that DPS wise, that's a problem. You can't have them doing that. So hopefully they got rid of that. That's all they had to do, is take that line out of the code, and everything will be fine. Anyway, note this will not apply to non-raid battle quests, which it doesn't need to, because they already do it. Like, go into an auto battle and you notice that your characters will not stop attacking. They're still dumb. That's something different. They're still dumb, but they will not stop attacking. They will go and they'll bust ass. The melee characters, they have no fear. They don't iframe anything. They just run right into everything and try to attack. But in the raid stuff, they didn't do anything. But anyway, Guests and raids can now receive participate. Like this is pretty hot too. Participate in extra battle after clearing the expert raid. So there must be a transition now because there was no transition before. It was just that whoever made the raid would be able to transition, and then the people who were with him just were out in space somewhere and they didn't get to go. So during weapon crafting, a message now will be displayed when the weapon needs to be unbound, which is cool. That saves you time to find that out. It now takes less time for an adventurer to move, performing a dash attack. This is what I'm most happy for. You know what this basically is? We can now animation cancel this because we couldn't before and you were locked in it. So when you would go into a dash attack, it was like you had super armor, but you really didn't because you still take damage and get smacked somewhere. Now it takes less time, so that means you'll be able to actually move out of that, because you could move out of the dash attack once you initiate the follow through, but going into the dash attack, if that dash attack was I guess you could call negative, and what I mean again by negative is you would just run out and do a dash attack, and if the target moved, it's considered a negative. You're now in negative frames. The target has an advantage over you. They're going to be in positive frames on you, and you're just assed out and screwed. Now, with it being able to move fast, that means that you can now make that safe. So this is kind of like fighting game terms. You're now making the attack safe. With that being fast, that's very key. That makes this more of a dynamic. A more dynamic, fun game when you can actually dash and use that as a positive attacking tool. That makes it like Zelda and those types of games where you have like the dash attacks and stuff like that. That this changes a lot. Trust me, you'll notice it right away. Start dashing around and you see what I'm talking about. You're just gonna have so much fun. Anyway, auto function now carries over to the next quest. I don't know, like what you just auto all the time. It just stays on. I guess that's what that means. It will reset when the game restarted in the beginning of a co-op game. Okay, fine. Camera distance adjust to make gameplay more maintained. I never had a problem with the camera, but I guess maybe some other people do. When using the optimized feature, optimizing adventures under applied, checked weapons. See, this was good because optimized was just a little bit too out there. It overlapped everything and it really didn't need to, so that's good. When using the optimized feature to optimize adventures with all elements checked, weapons dragons that match the adventure will be given priority, which is good again because I used to hit optimize on the fire character and they give you a dark dragon and I'll be looking at the game like, what the hell are you doing? Anyway, the amount of types and upgrades and materials used when choosing the auto upgrade and dragons has been optimized. Okay. I guess because you used to overflow it, and I used to always take stuff back when I saw that it was doing that, but I guess it just does it on its own now. Tapping and holding the castle button on the battle on the screen will take you directly to castle grounds, which is good because I was annoying. AI adventures will move towards chests when the auto feature is enabled. Nice. I thought that was something that they just did on purpose. Like if you're doing auto, you ain't getting no chests. But now that they're doing that, is sexy. Now you don't miss anything. Like that's nice. That is them being nice, because I thought that was just them doing that. Anyway, required might is now a condition to take part in mother effing raids. I'll let that sink in for everybody who want to be carried. We're gonna move on. This will be reflected at the beginning of the kindness and captivity raid event. I swear to freaking God. Like, and the thing is, you would have people making videos about this saying, oh, it don't really matter. It does effing matter. You can't have people running out there with ass teams. That's not right to everybody who earns it. People making videos talking about it don't matter and people should, like, you can still be good, and they be the main people dead. They be the main ones dead. You see none of those people talking about that. They never do videos on it. You don't see them doing any type of raid video because their ass is too busy being dead. Anyway, the following issues has been fixed. Tap facilities would sometimes immediately become deselected. Whatever. Tapping and holding the castle icon. Certain members will cause the game to stop responding. I never had any problems with this. Detailed information on helper stats was not being correctly reflected and start some issues. I never had a problem with that. Maybe this is directly to phones. I never had issue with any of these. Attempting to switch and upgrade, transition other menus will sometimes result in an error. The message recommended might mistakenly instead of required might. Okay, I can't say enough. The might thing. People just need to learn how to upgrade properly and come in there when you're supposed to. I'm so happy they did that. Like, that's so ridiculous how they were like literally making the public carry people who shouldn't be in places. But anyway, errors would sometimes occur when data determining how much required to recover getaways. Like, all of this I've never seen any type of problem with. So let's go over here. If you notice right here, I'm going to give you the link to this. It's perfectly Nintendo, very nice site. Give you a link to both that and the news link. Here's the story of the raid event, as you can see right there. The event will allow you to get a dragon, and most likely you see the little girl in the background right there. We're gonna make it a little bit more clearer right here, but little girl in the background, she's probably going to be the character that we can get, and that looks like daggers right there, so maybe she'll be a dagger character, which is going to be sexy. Please give me the dagger character, which is, she's probably going to be fire too, so that's going to be pretty cool too. So now I'm just going to save my EXP items as I get now for that, and yeah. So that's all I really got for you guys right now. Hope you understand it. Like, this is a very good, like majority of the stuff that we have a problem with, they addressed. Like, again, 95%, just like kind of like what Casey did and stuff like that. They didn't fix the one thing though that's triggering people, and that's the gotcha. Gotta fix the gotcha. And you know what? Gotcha, like, again, I know they watch me, so I'm going to say this. The gotcha is still an issue, and please give us a toggle. I don't understand why we can't have, like, even if you don't want to make this screen the game landscape, give us a toggle so we can have that movement, that we can use the left click or left thumb to move around with our characters like that. The WASD motion, please give us that, and everybody will be super happy with that. The swiping is just so 2010. Nobody likes that. I'm being honest with you guys at Nintendo. Nobody likes that ish, especially when you got games like when you have a platform like the Switch. Why are we out here swiping? Come on, Nintendo, be legendary, guys.